Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. Now, I just want to say a big thanks to all the support on my Career Mode series. It's one of the most popular series on my channel. People seem to, show so much support on the videos, and it's just so awesome to see. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who likes, comments, just gives general feedback, whether that be on my Facebook page, whether that be on my Twitter, just any sort of medium where I can read the, the feedback from you guys. That's probably one of the most things I find enjoyable about this particular series and in YouTube in general is just the fact that I know that I'm being able to entertain a lot of people, every single day, which is really cool. And that's the main reason why I like to do it, is because I know you guys enjoy this sort of thing. So for that reason, when I take a look at likes and comments, and that's why I really enjoy seeing those sort of things, is because I know that people are enjoying it, and it's a way of leaving good feedback essentially. But anyways, I had a game up against Wigan here, QPR, and you guys might know, but I'm suffering from quite a few injuries at the moment. But Ramirez being Ramirez starts off the episode with a monstrous strike across the face of the keeper, and I thought that was a really nice goal from him, and I was actually very impressed with the way he struck that. But considering, he's not exactly a goal-scoring machine, he's more of just a center-attacking mid meant to feed Muriel and Mattox. He did a fantastic job, but unfortunately he was the only one to pick up a goal, and it ended 1-1. But I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't pick up 3 points, but in all honesty, I wasn't too annoyed because I did know that I previously had some really good results, so it was about time it kind of slowed down. All those 3 points were doing too much. But unfortunately, one of my youth, Ephraim, I think is how you say his name, he's a center attacking mid. He's 68 rated, and he just wasn't involved in my first team plans, and I kind of felt bad for him because I did have him on the bench, but I never really brought him on. And I understand his frustration in the fact that he wants to leave the club because he blatantly wasn't involved in my plans, but that's just the way it is. I'm not going to make too much of an effort to keep him at the club because I did feel as though, like I said, I didn't have him in the first team plans. But I went 1-0 up to Aston Villa, and things were looking great. I was really chuffed with the way things were panning out. 1-0 to Aston Villa, and a win's a win. Another 3 points at home in the bag. But unfortunately, I think that was Pogba there. I'd suffered an injury, and that was really disappointing because Pogba is one of the youths that I was really, really hoping to bring into the squad and do really well. And as you guys can see, he is injured, and they put it back to the 4-4-1-1 default formation the QPR are set on, and that formation is actually alright. It's not as bad as I initially thought it was. It allows me to play both Muriel and Hoylett in the same starting lineup, and especially with some recent injuries, it's really important that I do start both Hoylett and Sterling, because my centre mid is slowly thinning down. You've got Fellaini, who's got an injury, Pogba, who's got an injury, and the injury line is starting to line up. So I do need to keep an eye on that. Really keep an eye on the fitness of the players, because that's what's leading to the injuries most of the time. But I decided to sim this international friendly because I wasn't really interested in playing it. I hope you guys understand. International friendlies don't really interest me too much, but they went 2-0 up. But the Turkish boys managed to get another goal back, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough, and it ended 2-1 to the Netherlands. Netherlands are a very good squad. You see the likes of Robin van Persie. They're a very good squad in general. But I did decide I wanted to play against Ireland in this particular international friendly, and the main reason behind that was because I knew I had them in my World Cup qualifying groups, and I beat them last time, and I thought I might as well get some practice under my belt with the Turkish squad and just understand a little bit more about it. But with some really poor defending of me diving into unnecessary tackles, Stephen Ireland, who is a fantastic player, manages to get the first goal there, and I was a little bit nervous. I thought they might go on just to completely batter me, but Turan, who is the Atletico Madrid player, is just beasting it at the moment. That was a fantastic goal from him. I really like using Turan, Sahe in the midfield with Inan, I believe Emre somewhere in there as well, and it's just a really solid midfield. Striking wise, attacking wise, we've got some good players, none who really blow my mind or like, oh my god, so amazing, but Yilmaz seems to be pretty good. He seems to do the job. Also on the right, one of the wings anyways, you got Kolak, and Kolak's a very fast player with good dribbling on him. But anyways, I had some good love from the press as they start to praise me for my choice of signing El Shaarawy. They said it was, you know, he's doing well, he's fitting in well. Same with my new left back, Mbaye, and he's a solid player. He's still got quite a bit to grow because I do feel as though at the moment he's not that great. You know, he's a good player, and I feel as though he's really going to grow into his boots, but it is going to take a little while. But I had a game up against Spurs, mighty Spurs, and I put out a pretty solid side. As you guys can see, I went for, I think it was a 4-1-2-1-2 formation or variation on the 4-4-2, and I score very early on as it pays off because El Shaarawy and Muriel make for a deadly combination up front. But I actually tried to be a bit cheeky there and went for a free kick with Muriel, but he's not got that great free kicks in all honesty, and I wouldn't recommend them. But I managed to get a 1-0 win over Spurs in the 90th minute, and that was, well, not in the 90th minute, but over the full game I managed to win 1-0, which was fantastic. 3 points away from home, and I was just so chuffed with that. That makes up for the 1-1 draw against Wigan, and things were looking up, things were looking bright, and you guys know that the board has set me the assignment to come to make the European League again, but I really would love a Champions League spot, so I'm going for that top 4 position. And I had my, speaking of the European League, I had my game up against Anderlecht here, and Anderlecht are actually a very good squad. You guys might be thinking, you know, what sort of players in there are so good, but they've got such a great overall rounded squad that it was always going to make for an interesting game, that's for sure. But Paul Pogba was back from injury there. As you guys saw, they shot me over an email and let me know. But I decided to start Barry, and as you guys can see, I went for a 4-1-2-1-2 sort of thing again. And as you guys can see, they had a 4-4-2 sort of thing going on, very much similar to my custom 4-4-2 formation back in the day in Season 1. But Anderlecht were a quality side, and they actually go on to do really well during this game. They controlled a lot of the possession, that's for sure. They definitely dominated me when it came to possession, and they managed to get a goal relatively early on in the game. And it was, you know, in all honesty, those sort of goals that you concede, you can't do much. You know, just the rebounds don't go against you, the ball bounces don't go against you, and you just have to accept those sort of things. And unfortunately for me, it meant they got the opening goal. But I always knew Anderlecht were going to be a tough game because they are a good European side, and I kind of wish that it went a little bit easier. But a fantastic header from El Shaarawy, and I have to blame their keeper for that goal because their keeper came out but just didn't do anything with it at all. With that being said, though, El Shaarawy did a fantastic job of getting into the right place at the right time. But there we lose possession in a very precious spot in the pitch, and he manages to make us pay with that beautiful ball and then the headed goal. And they were 2-1 up, and then they just decided to put the nail in the coffin, added insult to injury, in all honesty. And they thoroughly deserved the win. You know, I was disappointed. It was a home game as well, but it'll be interesting to see how this league table pans out. And again, there was no defending to be seen there. For some reason, the AI decided to pull my players away from the on-running player into the box, and unfortunately for me, that meant we got beat 3-1. But that being said, you know, we're always going to come back, try and do better, but it does mean we lose out on 3 points against Anderlecht there. But a fantastic episode, guys. Like I said, I really do appreciate all your support on my videos. It truly is fantastic, and the way I monitor feedback is through the comments and through likes and things like that. So just a big thanks to everyone for all your support on this series. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in a bit. Bye-bye.